so I took a last minute trip to Vegas and I was a hot fucking mess and I was not able to do any videos, but it's okay because I saw Britney and Mariah Carey, so I am a happy Matthew. But okay, so I was not able to do a video. There was no way in hell I was gonna do a video on Sunday because I was so hungover. So anyway, keeping in the theme of Vegas, I am a sinner, obviously, and I have had sex with my ex-boyfriends. So now I'm gonna tell you 5 embarrassing sex stories. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Okay, so back in the day, I had no clue what I was doing. There was no tutorial on how to have gay sex. So what I did was I would go all the way in and then push all the way back out, and then I would push all the way back in and then back out. And I didn't realize that that is not really, I mean, like, people do it, but it's not really a good thing because I was filling up his colon like a whoopee cushion, and that shit was just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and I did not even know. And then one time as I was pulling out, he let out the biggest fucking fart. Like, there was just like a lot of buildup of air up there, and I was just like, whoa! And then he started laughing, and then I started laughing, which caused him to keep farting. He literally, like, he was laughing and his hole was like as loose, so he was just like, I was like, stop. Stop fucking farting. And it's like, you nasty bitch. I mean, it was all my fault, but I was just like trying to plug up the hole. I was like, stop. Okay, so another weird air story. Okay, this is a weird position, but my ex was like this, like with his feet over his head, and I was like off the bed doing like this weird push-up thing, and it was really weird because I googled like bed push-up and this picture came up and I was like, yeah, so that was basically me, this was him, and that's how it was happening. But somehow I was pushing air so far up inside of him, I don't know how, but I fucked up somehow, and he got air all the way like up in his abdomen, and then all of a sudden he's just like in this pain and he's like rolling on the floor, and I'm like, what the fuck just happened? And he's like, ow, 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 I was really bad cramp. I was like, did I do something wrong? Are you bleeding? Are you all right? They're like, he's there. He's like, I got a cramp right up here. And I was, can you even see that? It's like your abdomen. So then we were like Googling like what to fucking to do, because he was like, I'm in so much pain. We were like, oh my God, do I have to take you to the hospital? I was like, please, please, please. That would be the most awkward thing in the whole wide world, going to the emergency room and being like, yeah, so I got air up in my boyfriend's abdomen and we're just trying to get it out. Yeah. So anyway, so moving on, we were like Googling how to get air out that is like stuck all the way up there. I guess it's kind of a common problem. Or so Google says. So then I was giving him these weird like tummy massages, like basically like like CPR of the stomach. I was like, come on. Instead of breathing, I was like, unbreathe, get that air out of there. And it finally came out. I think he was like, he went into the bathroom and was like on the toilet for like 10 minutes, and then he came out and was like, I feel better. And I was like, okay, yeah. Alright, so another embarrassing Google moment. I was going hardcore. I was slamming it in there like bam, 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 and slamming it back out and slamming it back in. And then one time when I was out of there, I slammed it back in, but I missed that little target. Well, little target, and I hit his tailbone, and all you hear was crack, like, and I was like, oh, like, oh my God, like, I'm like, are you okay? Like, you would think he was in pain, but then I was like, oh shit, my penis just fucking broke. Like, that thing deflated like a balloon. Like, imagine a balloon and it just went, and then I was like rolling on the floor because I was like, oh my fucking God, it hurt worse. It was like one of the worst pains I've ever felt in my life. It felt like getting kicked in the ball 10 times, but it was like inside my penis. Like, literally I was touching it and I was like, oh my God, it hurts. I think I need to get a cast. And I was like Googling, I was like, oh my God, can you break your penis? And I found out you can break your penis. Like, if you hit it the wrong way or like crack it enough or something, you can like not get hard ever again. And like, that would be a big problem. Like, I would have to be a bottom. I'm like, oh hell no, please, please, please. And it ended up being okay over time. I was like, okay, actually it's fine. It's just a little hurt right now, a little bruise. Everything looks okay again, so we good. Okay, so one time I was inside and I was like, oh my God, I feel this warm liquid inside, and I was like, oh no, no, not this. This is like the worst thing could ever happen. I was like, diarrhea, chop, chop, chop. But I was like, please don't let it be that. Please don't let it be that. And honestly, I would rather it have been that, because I pulled out and I was like, oh my fucking God. Like, I froze for 10 seconds just looking down, and there was blood. And I was just like trying not to faint, because I was like in panic mode. I was like, what did I do? Is he gonna die? Is he gonna bleed to death? I was like, should I tell him? And so I just like stood there staring down, and he's like looking back like, what? And he's like, oh no, I'm bleeding. And I was just like, oh. What? I'm like, I'm not prepared to this. There was no like anal safety book that I read that said like if he's bleeding what to do. I was like, do we have to go to the hospital? What should we do? And it sucks because he just put out, and he didn't put out for a really fucking long time. So it was like 5 minutes into, so I was like really happy because I was like, oh my God, it's been so long. And then we had to wait like weeks until like the inside of his colon was perfectly healed and all better. I didn't want to like tear something again. It was just a shitty situation. Well, it wasn't really that shitty because it was just bloody. Ew. Last but not least is my infamous shit story. Okay, so a lot of you guys already know this because I've mentioned it a whole bunch before, but in case you don't know it, my ex was riding me, oh my fucking God, like a cowboy. It was so hot. I was like, yes, bitch! I was like, you go! And I was like so turned on and so in the mood. I was like, okay, I want to be in control. Like, this is so fucking hot right now. So, okay, so I was like, get up, let's change positions. So he gets up, and as he's getting up, it just soft serves on my motherfucking chest. I don't know if I like broke some kind of valve up in there, but it just fucking flowed out like right over here, and it was just like, and I was just like, what the fuck? I can never go to one of those ice cream machines ever again and look at them the same, because it literally looked like that. I was like, I don't think mine ever does this fucking, you know when you see like a little poo, like the emoji, and I'm like, I don't think I poo like that, but I've never pooed in a hard surface like that. I usually poo in the, anyway, that's too much info. But yeah, it was like disgusting. I was just like, oh my fucking God, like what do we do? Like, I'm like scooping it up, putting it in the toilet. I'm like, ew, let's just finish in the shower. We did not finish in the shower, let me tell you. I was like, no, it ain't happening. I am not turned on right now. You literally, like, I don't care what you do, it's not happening. We done here. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so those were my embarrassing sex stories. I know, TMI, but you know what, I don't even care, because I thought they were really fun. They were all kind of fun to experiment because I was having sex, which was nice. It's been a while, so reminiscing on the past, I'm like, oh, memories. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna go play with my wand right now. No, I mean my Harry Potter wand, duh. I just got this Harry Potter remote control wand for my birthday from Laura. Thanks, Laura. It's so awesome. I can control like TVs and stuff with this thing. I love it. I love it. I love it. But I am gonna masturbate later too. But anyway, okay, way too much info. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, because every time you don't subscribe, a gay baby turns straight. Ah! Do it for the gabies! Alright, I'll see you guys next Sunday. Bye! You guys have been there from the start, the get-go, the everything, and I have been through hell and back, but you guys have been through it with me, and I feel like that's the most amazing feeling in the world, is having people